in 99.7 FM. Today we're talking about how to deal with backstabbing. Now the thing is that in life people will come for you. And sometimes the backstabbing will come from family, it will come from friends, it will come from relationships. How do you deal with that? If you have a story to share, because people have been sharing some interesting stories with me, and I'm like, how can people do this? And as I said, there's a special place in hell for people who backstab you. But there are two ways to handle backstabbing, right? You can either forgive, or you can either backstab them with a bigger knife. But don't take what I say. If you have a story to share, please WhatsApp us on 055 1111 997 055 1111 997, and you can call us later on the show to share your story with us, how you handled it on 030 6541. Now when Michelle Obama said they go low when they go low we go high. Yeah, the two guests I have today, right? They are the definition of going high. They are so prim and proper. Just said, they are so prim and proper. Like, they are so nice. But so they are the best people to give you like notes on how to handle backstabbing. And even one of them actually brought notes. Like, she brought a very nice notebook that she had points that she wants to tell us. And then later in the show, we have a guest that will be calling and sharing some interesting story with us that we can dissect. So tonight I have Amma on the show. Hi, Amma.
Hi.
It's been a minute. The last time we spoke, we were on the show was the...
You told us that you're a wrestler. We're talking about Will Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm the peacemaker that I am. I said I'll walk away.
And I said, like, if you come for my family, it's a problem. It's a
Of
problem.
course, I'll defend my family, but not in that way.
Okay, we will still, obviously, after months, we're still agreeing to disagree on this subject. And then I have the ever lovely Efua, looking amazing. How have you been?
I've been good, thank you. It's been a while.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Now, backstabbing. Amma, have you been backstabbed? How many people can you count, by the way?
I can't count anything. It's so weird. I know that somebody has done something to me that I consider backstabbing. Weirdly, I can't remember it or the people.
Okay.
Because I think over the years I have trained my mind to bury deep down hurt, like such pain from people around me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think when you say backstabbing, or if you talk about betrayal, I probably have something more recent I can
say.
relate
No, because
to.
I feel like if backstabbing is the
and betrayal.
Yes, so we'll interchange it because it's one of the emotions that comes out of that. So we'll use that interchangeably. So let me come to you for backstabbed. I hope you have some stories to share because that's the whole point.
You're in for the tea.
Yes, I'm here for the tea.
Personally, maybe no, but of course I talk to friends before coming. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, then let's hear the story of the friends. This is a she said.
She said.
Now, before we came here, I want to ask, right? People will backstab us. People will betray us. So, as humans, if someone is listening to the show, right, should we just psych ourselves, make provision in our lives that people would do this so that it doesn't hit us the way it did when we experienced it?
Yes. I think you should prepare yourself. I wish I had told myself this earlier, like some few years ago, that look, you're going to be disappointed. If you're a Christian, then you know the Bible even tells you that, you shouldn't put your trust in man.
Yes.
I'm sure I have disappointed people before, and they would refer to it as betrayal.
Yeah.
Because they probably expected so much more from me. And the same applies to my expectations of people when they don't meet it.
Yeah.
So for now, having been here for like 3 decades, I would say that really you should expect that it will happen. Sometimes it happens even because it's out of the person's control.
Yeah.
But their actions hurt you anyway. And then sometimes you feel like, no, there were other options. They could have selected that, but they chose the one that would hurt you.
Yeah. If
I agree with Emma.
that
backstabbing will definitely happen.
It's part of life.
It's part of life. So you as the person, you need to protect yourself. You get it? Don't put your too much trust in someone, because the more you invest in that relationship, the more it will hurt you when the betrayal comes or when the backstabbing comes.
So my next question is, how do I prepare for this? So you people said I should make allowance. Practical ways do I prepare to be backstabbed?
Yeah,
by
Eyram,
people
I
around me?
hate the fact, like when I had that realization, it was one of the things that I would consider one of my most disappointing, one of the most disappointed realizations of what
Yeah,
should be
like
the
that.
phrase,
Yeah.
that I've had about life since I got to know what life is like. Because I'm like, oh, how am I supposed to live with people and build something with them if I have to keep reminding myself that they could disappoint me,
Yeah.
that they might not live up to expectations,
Yeah.
and all. Like, how do I do that? I mean, I grew
Exactly.
up hearing, oh, for a marriage to work, you need to trust your partner. For a friendship, for family, you need to trust. But over the years, I've seen family disappoint or betray family members. Friends do the same. Spouses do that.
Exactly.
Business partners. Like, am I supposed to walk around with caution all over me? How do I enjoy the relationship? So now I think that you should really it's okay, be open to chopping breakfast, it's okay, because honestly I just love maybe it's just the fantasies, the fairy tale, but I just love being carefree and just trusting somebody.
Yeah.
I think the other option is just too stressful.
Exactly, because before it comes, what I was just going to say, some of the trauma that comes from that is we become guarded, but then we'll go
Yes.
into that.
We have
if
so
I-
much walls.
Yeah, I mean, as Amma was saying, I think it comes to choosing who to trust.
Okay.
I mean, and you should see when people exhibit certain characteristics, it should give you, it's a red flag.
yeah.
That should put you on your, on guard.
Yes.
Somebody comes, gossips to you about people.
So just hold on a second, because the next thing I was going to go into now, because I want us to take this step by step so
Okay.
that people that are listening don't get confused. So first things, make space that people will backstab you, will betray you, is part of life. Then we're still into how to prepare yourself, but now how do we identify? So like in a circle of friends, in family, what do I need to look out for that this is the potential criminal?
I feel like if what said, you need to look out for the red flags.
So if
Then-
what are some of the red flags, then Amma will prepare herself.
So like, let's say at a workplace, somebody comes, lies about other people, and you think it's okay, you think it's normal. One day they're going to lie about you to
So
other
the
people.
person who brings the tea.
Yes.
Or take your tea home.
Okay, that's one.
Yes.
Yes. Amma.
Okay, so I think that this quote by Maya Angelou that says, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Okay.
And for so many years, I used to say this, but then I kept leaving out the first time bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, whenever somebody says believe them. But the first time is very important.
Yeah.
I've said that before. Then later I'm like, well, we all have lapses. I don't
You should
think,
be
I
able
think
to
it would be
give-
unfair for somebody to just hold me on to the very first thing, because there's so many things that will make me exhibit that particular day.
Yeah.
Whereas on my most days I wouldn't behave that way, because
Yeah.
I'm probably in a particular frame of mind, things
Yeah.
bothering me then, so I'm reacting, and you're just the unfortunate person who's receiving that end
Yeah.
of me. So I think that as much as there's some truth to it, you should still, I think we should leave some room in there. And so yes, when somebody shows you, just note it down and know that, oh, okay, this person, this is how they handle themselves when they're angry. They're going to throw a tantrum, they might scatter
secrets.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still secrets.
Yeah, they will spill secrets. Like somebody,
which is not good.
I don't know why people do that. Like, we have a fight now, then you're going to start saying that I caused the 83 famine. I did, like, you're going to just,
Yeah, the reason why the city is
it's
depreciating against the
depreciating,
dollar.
like I'm the one making noise. and money doesn't like noise. Like, you're going to say,
And they
blame
come
me
back-
for everything.
And that we are in this together.
Yeah.
After you have betrayed me.
And
I've
after everything, they
betrayed
come
you.
back and apologize.
Yeah, so I think that-
I did that in a fit of anger.
You should see the way people behave towards other people and know that anybody you see eating other people's property or children, when they can't have access to that, they will eat the one in their home. So they are doing it to other people. You should always know that, okay, this person, I like you for other qualities, but I know I can't trust you with certain information because you don't handle such well.
Yeah. So now now let's get into some stories. Like you said, you asked a couple of people about some stories, and they gave you the tea about how they were betrayed and backstabbed. And then Amma also has some tea. I have some tea as well that I might share or might not share. So we will see how that goes. But who wants to go first? Amma is thinking about her story.
Okay, so for me, I would say that most of the things that really hurt me has been, what made it even hurt was that usually it's something I would have told people around me not to do to me.
Okay, so you tell them something not to do, and then they do
like
that.
it's like I always put out the caution. Like, I meet you first, I'm like, please don't lie to me. Like, I don't know, lies do something. I just feel like you take me for a fool. You think that I'm somebody you could manipulate, and
Yes.
that hurts me so much because it means what you think of me is and I think really highly of myself.
Yeah.
So when you do that, I'm like, you saw me, a whole me, and you were like, I can't play this one.
Yeah.
It pisses me off so
Yeah,
much.
that-
So every time I tell people, just say it. Say exactly what you want to tell me now. Let me tell you how I'm going to handle this, and you can trust that I say I will do it this way, I will do that. And if something should come up, I would give you a heads up before that. So anytime, but then people have done that to me repeatedly, from dating to friends, and it hurts me so much.
But I think one thing we need to remember is that self is strong. So when it comes to a point where somebody has to choose their selfish ambition over maybe the friendship they have with you, they may go for their selfish ambition.
Yeah.
You can find somebody who is a friend and a co-worker spilling your personal secrets that you've told them just to get your promotion. And some of them just don't care.
How do people
Too
even
bad.
justify this
They just
this
don't
behavior? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They
And
make it seem as if it's your fault that it happened.
Amma was.
I have a
Amma
story.
remember something.
Talking about working on that, I remember something. So I've got my own business. I'm a media producer. I'm a media and marketing consultant as well. So I had a client, and then I called a friend of mine. We went to school together years ago. I'm like, oh, you are well vested in this area. Let me give you some gig. Do this.
Let's collaborate on
Yeah,
this.
and I'll pay you. No, I was actually paying for it. So he sent me an invoice. I paid you. I had not even received money from the client yet at all. Actually, this was something I was going to bid for. I was not going to bid
Pre-finance.
for it. And he did that. We settled. I paid him, gave me receipts and all. And then later on, I think some few months later, I shared something on Facebook. And it had to do with the client's something. So the person sent me a message on my inbox and asked, oh, can you help me get ABCD from the client? And I was like, I am doing that for the client already. So then the person was like, oh, what? I didn't know you do this part too. And I'm like, well, I brought you this other job. So what were you thinking? Like, if anything, I would get you some if I think that there's something.
Yeah.
The day I called you and gave you that gig was because my people were not available because they had to do something else. That's why I brought it to you. And then he said, oh, it was so weird because the person then just said, oh, is that why the last time you left a comment under my post when I mentioned the name and you were like, I know somebody by this name? I had no idea what the person was talking because it was just a mere coincidence. Then the person just keeps ranting in text like I've got evidence. The person just keeps ranting.
Screenshots.
Keeps ranting. Oh, all I did was do an open tender bid, something. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, I'm just trying to say that the person just spilled to me that after you gave me the gig, I went behind your back to go and compete for the same thing that I did for you.
Wow.
And this person was supposed to be my friend. This is somebody I have actually defended from a friend who's even closer to me. And
Oh
I've
my
constantly defended the
God.
person. He is aware I have done that for him. It was a very hurtful experience.
How did you feel? The emotions, like
I was upset. I was angry. I called a mutual friend and I was ranting to him. I was like, call that guy, tell him to stay. But because I mean, nobody should come for my bag. You know, I play gentle
Yeah,
and I'm
but
very
like-
gentle. When you come for my bag, I feel like you've crossed lines here.
Yeah.
You know, and what's more, you come telling me again because you went there, it didn't work, so you actually come to recruit me to go and get it for you. I was like, look at me very well. Do you know that a year later this guy will come? I don't know what was happening to him, because honest to God, I have not offended or wronged this guy in any way. He just started insulting me on
Oh
my
my
post.
God.
I cannot, it doesn't make sense. Anytime I tell people this, I'm like, I hope they really believe me that I didn't provoke this person, because it didn't make sense then. It still doesn't make sense.
that's what I called wickedness in low places.
I really did so much work to bury that and get it out. I was
You
like,
know-
let me just excuse this guy. Maybe he's
Yeah.
going through something.
Something.
But you just mentioned that you buried
Yeah.
the head. But I think that some of these things have to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Because if you don't deal with it and another betrayal comes up, then it opens
The
the
door.
old
The
one
old
and it
one.
becomes double.
Okay.
So we should try and address
Address
heads
those.
or betrayals when they come.
Okay, so now, because even if you're in the studio, if you're watching online, like you can see that Amma talking about this just takes her back there, which is why we're having this conversation, because someone can be listening to the show and then somebody is doing something. So we've talked about work. There are people who have been betrayed by their friends. There are people who said that their friends have taken their girlfriends or their boyfriend. Like, who does that kind of thing, right? And for me, for example, with my situation is in a circle of girlfriends where I share something with my friends. And then the next thing I realized, the matter is being discussed outside. And in the place that I shared the thing, I know the people who were there. And when I was being told that this matter was being discussed, I was like, how did we get here? Like, and I was so disappointed in my friends, and I felt so betrayed, because I felt like this was a safe space for us to express. And that's what you feel like, oh, I was doing this for my friend and I've paid you, and then you're coming for my back.
Not coming for my back. Like, how? Since then, I've been very careful with.
So let's
working
get into
with
the
people.
nitty gritties of how do we deal with this. And you see, people are very nice. I mean, based on how I handled that experience, I think that I'm on the nice people side. Like, there's the cherubim angel that's standing on my shoulder.
You're
She's like,
welcome. You're
yes,
welcome,
like,
Eyram. Welcome to the team.
I know, like, to the good girl side, because
That's one thing. I think Ghanaians were just too nice. When somebody does something, 1, 2, 3, you should just put the person somewhere.
The
Or,
jam
you know,
will say
or
bunch.
sack the person. Just work, sack the person. You don't still keep the person around. Oh, the person will go and bring his family members to come and beg, and that is it. Oh, yes, you can come back to work and don't do that again. It's in the person's DNA. He will do it again. And if you are not careful, the next time he's going to, or she's going to do it, it's going to be on a bigger scale.
Amma, so with this, your friend, how did you handle this? So after you called another friend to
So
run,
I have blocked him everywhere.
yes,
including
I am the queen of
Facebook.
block.
You know, because you know, I blocked him everywhere. And I started feeling sorry for him, because
She's like,
Nowadays,
what?
yes,
One more
what?
insult.
Because I kept wondering, what could lead this guy to this? So I would call again a mutual friend. We all went to school together, so and I asked the person, when was the last time you heard about this person? What's up? The person was like, oh, the last time we were working on a project together, and he did ABCD to me, and this guy was also involved, because I called the other person. She was like, oh, he did
Just a sign or
ABCD
two.
to me, and I'm like,
character.
oh wow. And I'm like, so why did you guys keep this to yourself? I mean, you could have passed the word around the community. Our community is quite small, so that we can be guarded.
So I feel like if you're listening to us, if there's someone who is a betrayer or a backstabber in the group, please
Pass
just
the message
let
around.
everybody know that this person, this is how they are, so that we don't have to go through
that
what you went
again.
through.
Like, let's be protected. Well, I think another reason why somebody wouldn't want to share this is they would have a different experience with that person.
But once a backstabber, always a backstabber.
Until the
traits are
person until the person does it to them, they would think that, oh, are you just going about on a smear campaign
But another
on
thing
the
too is
person's
that
character?
sometimes when you are betrayed, you feel like people will look at you some way, that look at that gullible person who trusted the traitor.
That's true.
So you don't want to sometimes share the story unless something comes up and you have to share it. So they keep it.
Yeah,
So
even
you-
in my case, some people were like, "Oh, maybe you should have done this. Get him to sign a non-disclosure, non-compete, non-this, non-that." I'm like, "Wow, guys! Like, I needed this thing in 24 hours, and I gave him this job virtually. I never we didn't even see. We had not seen each other in months. So, and yes, now I know better. I was also very naive in business at the time." Now I have a lot more experience. I know how to handle myself and legally and all that. I'm more prepared now. Now, if somebody does it to me, I'll see you in court. Like, you do that to me, I will see you in court.
Okay.
And I will drag you.
Ew. I thought you guys were supposed to be the nice
I'm
ones.
peaceful. That's why I'm taking it to court.
And here I was thinking that you guys were the nice. It was like, just sack them.
I mean, yes,
Like-
they showed you one, two,
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Don't entertain. You don't know what they'll do next.
Because they'll do it again.
Okay, I want to share something right then. You guys have to tell me if I was backstabbed
Okay.
or not. So my friend is dating this guy, and I know, you see what we said about if the person is something, you need to tell the community. So my friend is like, oh, I'm dating this guy, and then shows me a picture like, this guy, let me tell you about this guy. So I gave my friend the tea. My friend now went to tell the guy. The guy now was coming to accost me for being on a smear campaign about him. Was I backstabbed or betrayed by my friend or not? Come on, guys. I was really saddened by that. I was trying to help my friend.
And-
Why you people
I think your
laughing
friend
at me?
could have,
Yeah.
she should have done better.
manage
She
the
should have done
situation.
better. You were just trying to help.
And you see, that's the backside. The reason why I'm sharing this is that's the backside of that option that we gave, that if the person is doing that, you should tell the community. But how would the community receive
it.
the
Yeah.
information?
It's for the same reason I've told family and friends. Now I have tweaked it a bit, but I said, I've told people around me that if I caught your partner cheating, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And some of them are like, oh, why would you tell me? I would expect you to tell me and all. And I'm like, I would not. So the last time, my really good friend, the last time she asked me a question, I know she was trying to get me to commit to calling her bestie. So I said, my bestie.
My bestie.
She asked me if I would do that for her. And she was like, why not? And she wanted to, but I'm like, that was when I decided, okay, I think I can't have a blanket plan for something like that. Some people I would tell.
Yeah.
And some people, even though we are very close, I won't tell you because I know you. It's just because out of
Exactly.
knowing you, that's why I wouldn't tell you.
because I'm trying to protect you.
I know, not just protect. I'm trying to, because I know how you are likely to handle the situation. Most of the time, I know that you would probably not believe me, or you choose a side anyway.
I will tell you how I found myself in that kind of situation and how I handle it. But please, perpetrators and victims of backstabbing and betrayal, we are opening the phone lines. 030-221-6541. 030-221-6541. Call us if you have been backstabbed, betrayed. Somebody tried to take your girl, your boy,
Your business,
your business, your money.
your man,
Let us know how that went and
your
how
life.
Your position.
how
at
you
work.
handled it. There's a lot of trauma going on in the
Yeah.
studio. People are remembering all kinds
When
of
I
things.
think of anybody that tries to come lie on you or take your money, I mean, I equate you as a potential, like a murderer, not a potential, like you, I mean, you are one step away from killing me. That's how I see it. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't take that lightly at
Yeah.
all.
I mean, you are
depends.
married, so let's go into this situation that I'm at. Is the scenario she's creating, that if your partner is cheating, do you want to know? You're married. Do married people want to know?
Oh, I would want to know, not to go and attack the person who's cheating me with, but I would want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah,
I think sometimes the reason people react when a friend or family tells them, "Oh, I caught Kweku or a Kia cheating on you," is that the shame associated with it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you've been telling your family and friends that your partner is the best in the world. He never cheats. He does this and that with me, and then I now see that Mr. Perfect doing this to you. When I
Yes.
come and tell you,
But I think that also depends on how you go and tell the person.
no, but I don't like making people feel humiliated or embarrassed, even if it's not intentional. Like me breaking a news to you, I'm being truthful here. What I'm telling you is the truth. But because it will make you feel humiliated, I'd rather not, because I don't want you to feel like
Yeah,
that.
but some people will come and tell you, and it's like they're teasing you or they're
Yeah.
happy that
Okay,
you are in this
okay,
situation. That is
okay.
a
We'll
whole
get
different
back to
ballgame.
that. We have a caller on the line. Hello.
The parent economy, your friend is watching you. What do you make?
Hello. Well, we're trying to get him back on the line, but you see that even this is bringing us, it's been an issue of contention, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, this is how I handle it. Okay, because I don't want my friend to feel betrayed. Because some people can take it that you are betraying them by coming to tell them that their partner is doing something. They would rather be in the dark. If one is opening her eyes to look at me like, what are you talking about? You'll be surprised. So I feel like if you're about to spill a tea about somebody's husband, you need to come with facts. It can't be rumors. Like,
Yeah, of
you need
course.
to be coming with facts. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Good
Hey, you.
evening and welcome
Good
to the
evening.
show. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
So, Kofi,
Okay, Kofi. Let's hear
so
you.
I was saying that in this current credit for you. So you, all of you owe me credit. I've been on the line for a while. Anyway,
Forgive us.
so you see, I'm keeping secret. It's not easy. It comes with a whole person. Trust me, it's not easy. And the thing is, trust nobody, but trust somebody. You see, because they are good and bad people. So, as much as the bad ones are there to you, it's the same people, other people that you have to confide in. My sister, one of you shared a story about telling a friend about how a guy is. Same situation. A friend of mine was dating this girl. Actually, he was a player. I knew it. The girl found out, came to me, hoping that I would just confirm it. I couldn't. But the only thing is that I have to deal with the lady and ask her if she thinks she found out that this guy is cheating and she can't take it, then she should leave him. She should advise herself. Me, I'm not going to tell you that the person is cheating or not. But if you think you found something like that and you can't deal with it, well, just advise yourself. Because at the end of the day, your happiness, that one, you have to tread very cautiously. Because if you are not careful, you might be letting things out. I've experienced it with somebody I'm telling it to me. We're in a circle of like three friends. We do things together, good and bad. And I go into a relationship with someone, didn't work out. And later on, this lady was telling me things that was supposed to remain between the three of us about me. And now I'm asking the question, so which one of those snitch? And also should be mindful with the things you tell people. Currently, there's somebody, a very popular person, who is saying things that in a normal sense you shouldn't say by saying. So if you see signs like this around your friend, then why go telling the secret? So the other question is that how do we determine who we should even confide in? I'm not saying.
Yeah, I like what he said. He said, "Trust everyone, but trust no one."
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So, let's get into it about some of the things like the trauma that can come from being backstabbed or being betrayed, and how do we work through it. Somebody's listening to the show and then they've been backstabbed. Yes, we are rehashing all the emotions that they felt. So they've been angry, they were sad. what should they do? How should they handle it? How should they move forward with this?
Okay, so when from relationship to everything, in my case, I had to start seeing. First of all, I had to tell myself that anything I tell anybody, I should be ready that it will go somewhere. Trust me, there's nothing I've told somebody that I believe is stuck with them. They won't tell anybody. Like I know you tell somebody. Anytime I'm telling somebody something, I first of all tell myself that if this thing goes out, my dear, don't let this hurt you, because this life, in the next 100 years, half of us will be gone, and nobody will even remember that a lot of us has ever existed. So this thing that would worry you at the time, it wouldn't matter again.
Okay, let me put it. So you prepare mentally and assume the risk that whatever tea I'm spilling with this
Can
person
be spilled anywhere else.
So if you are listening to us, what am I saying? If you are telling your bestie,
even your bestie,
what is happening? No,
Even
just
your
bear in mind
mom.
that
even your
Your
mom,
mom,
because
yes.
your
And your
mom
siblings.
could one day say, no, your mom will not do it thinking that I'm doing something evil to my child,
Yeah.
but they're like,
you just be
I
telling
want
your
to help
auntie
you,
B,
telling your auntie B,
and the auntie will go and tell your
your
uncle
auntie will
B.
go and tell uncle, because they're like, oh, let me help you find solution. Then they'll go and tell your friend, their friend. So anybody at all, your child, your parent, your friend, whenever you're having any discussion with, even your therapist. Yeah, I know therapists are supposed to keep things to themselves,
Yes.
but yeah, they go and discuss it with their partners and friends. They might not mention your name.
Even the pastors will use you as
Even
a
your
sermon
pastor to preach.
I'm just saying.
So every
like,
time, and this I have done for so many years now. Even when I was a kid and I didn't really understand this, I never played in those diary thing that my colleagues were doing. I always felt like if you write in a diary, you might as well tell everybody. I didn't even understand the magnitude of what I was thinking then, but now I
Wow.
appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
So I have always been ready that anything I tell somebody saying is in confidence. Just say, don't tell anybody. You say it for sugar reasons. Say it just because it's something you have to say, but expect that somebody will be told. And it might not become embarrassing because they won't say it publicly, but
yeah.
a few people know.
You know, it's so funny that even on this show, right, I have people who be like, if I tell you this, never say it on radio. Like, I'm meeting people.
And then
like,
you say it. You might
don't
tell
say
that
this
the
on radio.
best thing you would do is you don't mention who. You're like, oh, a friend of mine, or my friend.
Oh yeah, I do
did
that all the
this.
time.
Yeah,
my friends, I'm
you're not the
sorry.
only one.
My friend,
I think this
me.
everybody does. It. Every human being does
Yeah.
it. We tell people, oh, a friend of mine does this. That's the best we'll ever do. Like by not pointing out that it is this particular friend, but we say, oh, this friend. And then when your friend, especially the person you are talking to, if the person happens to be in a serious relationship or married, my dear, the husband, the partner, the wife, they know that one. There, don't think twice about
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
They always.
Why
know.
do you say it's true for?
Oh, that's true.
So when people tell you things, you tell hubby.
Oh, sometimes. That's how we chat. It happens.
I mean,
happens,
I
it's
think
true.
in my case, I would if I should tell. There's still so far the person I'm with. I haven't told the person so many things about my friends or whatever they've told me. I've not even told them anything they've told me. Maybe the only thing I've told the person is, oh, my friend is working on something like this, but not, oh, do you know that my friend did this? I don't. And the reason is even because I'm like, once you start doing that, the person starts seeing the people you are with in a certain light.
Yeah.
And I really don't want
That.
my partner to see my friends or my family in that way.
Yeah. If do you want to
so-
say anything before?
Yeah, to add to what am I saying? We should know that self is strong, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
Self is strong. So, and you should know yourself. Some people need people around them. Some too, they can just exist alone. So you don't have to go about telling people stuff. If you know that you can keep things to yourself, please do that. It's safer.
Yeah.
Because you cannot trust the next person. The person may be smiling with you, but you don't know what is cooking up in their head.
Backstabbers.
Yeah, people
Everywhere.
scheme. They watch you from afar and scheme and just come for you. They come and they are all nice, but they have their plans that they are, leaving that plan out.
Some people come and they're just fishing for tea.
I know.
You know, they come like, oh, I really care about you, but then
Yeah.
they just want
Yeah.
to take something away.
okay.
But I think that you should talk to people. Like, we are human beings. No matter, even the melancholic needs to speak up
But
to
you
somebody.
choose who you
You
speak
need
to.
to choose who. Sometimes, to one of the things I used to do in my church days was that my church
Your
and taxi
church
days
Yes.
was that I would maybe something was bothering me, I would talk to somebody I consider a complete stranger.
Really?
With limited chances
they
of
don't
us
know you.
meeting again or they knowing me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was like
On
a
that
really good
shocking
therapy
note,
for me.
we're gonna go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will see how this trust situation really spells out. We'll be right back.
When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was all working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good, yeah, I believe.
Ghana, it's Travis Green. I'm coming home. I'm so excited. We're going up in the high praise. It's going to happen Friday night, November 4th. You've been hearing about it. It's true. I'll be in the building at the Perez Dome for Adam Praise Festival 2022. Cannot wait to worship with you. Make sure you get your tickets right now. November 4th. We're going all the way up. I cannot wait. I'm bringing my whole crew. We're going to worship God. We're going to have a great time.
I don't praise, yeah, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. And this evening we'll be talking about backstabbing, betrayals, how to handle them. And before we went on the break, Amma was telling us that one of the ways that she used to handle backstabbing and betrayals and Yehouessi Muslim whilst in a church or this is tell strange people.
Yeah. I will pour out my heart to people I considered complete strangers. Like, I'm like, what are the chances I'll meet this person again? So that you are the one I'm going to vent to, run to, and tell you everywhere I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And then I feel relieved because, like, it's just like you going for therapy.
Oh, yeah, but you know, I think the modern
it's
day
free.
of doing that is keep me anonymous.
Keep me, exactly. Exactly. Keep me anonymous.
Because
you know,
I
and then-
think that people just...
And then,
it's
everything
some of
that
the
keep me
things.
anonymous, the person you're sending it to has your email address, and you know. But if you want to do that, okay, me, I like to cross my T's and dot my I's. So what you should do is, if you're sending it to Facebook, this thing, create a profile. Don't put any photo, nothing there, nothing to trace you, because you want complete anonymity.
Yep.
It's very
And
important.
a friend of mine
Otherwise,
has-
you're going to live every time wondering, do they know who I am? Does the
yeah.
person know who I am? Have they figured out who I am? Don't do
Yeah.
that. I'll create a new email.
I'm about to share a story that someone told me, but during COVID and whilst we're getting out, a friend of mine actually created this group where we chat anonymously video, and when you're going to log in, it's on when we're going to log into the session, you change your name, so like you come with your alphabet, like A this and this person, and then we talk about things. People were really spilling all kinds of
Telling
things
you,
in that
so
group.
many people
People
want
have
to go
things
into
in them.
therapy,
Yes.
but they cannot afford the service, or the fact that the therapist knows you.
Yeah.
You know, you are not able
to
to
do
pour out
it.
everything, because you never know. You could become the biggest public figure in 5 years.
Yeah, but then
and now all these people know your business.
Well, if you have a story to share before I share this story that was shared with me, a lot of sharing is going on today. WhatsApp at 055-111-997. That's the WhatsApp line. You can call us on 030-221-6541. So now this story, this person's boyfriend was taken by her cousin. And she and her cousin were living in the same house.
Oh.
I used to see their faces.
So anytime the boyfriend comes home to visit her, the cousin is around.
Apparently, there are times where she will go and hang out with the guys to come to the house. They actually got married.
Well, the cousin of the guy got married.
Yes. Everybody, you should see their faces.
Wow. No,
Just
so
go
at
on
what
Facebook.
point did they find out that
This
this
was-
guy was with the two of us?
So
Did the
they-
cousin know that the guy is
Yes.
I
dating
mean,
my
of
other
course,
cousin?
the cousin would know that
No,
they're in the
so
same house.
let me break it down. This is me. This is my cousin. You're their boyfriend. We live in the same house. You know that that's my boyfriend. and this my cousin started having an affair with my boyfriend.
And the boyfriend married me, the cousin.
Yes.
So
Wow.
I think that the entire family needs to be careful of that cousin, and then the cousin and the guy too, they need to be careful of each
Each other, yes.
You know, I always feel like when you find yourself in a situation like that, can you really trust each other? Everything you'll be suspect. Would you even enjoy that union?
Some people would.
Wouldn't you keep watch your back like, hey, you do this before, so you can do this with somebody else. Like every time you're going to be living on an edge. I wouldn't want.
So
a
we
situation
spoke
like
about
that.
you. So let's each pick what kind of traumas we've picked from this kind of betrayals, right? And you said we started talking about walls up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's get
I've
into
had
that.
my walls like up like this, and I remember talking to a guy after some time, and then I was like, now you're opening up, you're liking the person, and when I started breaking down my walls, I started getting the panic or anxiety attacks. Like it was a very scary thing I'd never
Yes.
gone through before.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Turns out that all the walls I'd built over the years because repeatedly, and I'd become I won't call it numb, but I like people do something, I'm like, oh, just bury it, don't go through the pain, don't experience it, just move on. And then I was suddenly at a point where I'm like, now I don't want to be burying things anymore.
Yeah.
I want to be feeling things.
Yes.
And just then somebody walks into my life and I'm terrified every time. Like the person even says something, I'm like, that sounds like the way that
that's a
person said it.
PTSD thing.
Like it's crazy. I mean, there was this time where the person is talking, and then it was a video call. The person just went back. I'm like, it looks like somebody.
Who's in your house?
I just saw the person's face flash over his face. So I was like, I'll call you back. And then I'm not making this up. I had to go and wash my face. I was
Trust
like,
issues
hey,
everywhere.
Trust issues everywhere. You see, this is why I shouldn't lie to people. Don't hurt people. You think you're doing this tiny thing right now,
Yeah.
but the ripple effect
It's-
over the years. Don't do
because
that.
before Efwa comes in and share, so I would go with the fact that still in the space of walls up, which is the biggest thing that happens when you are betrayed in that way. So now even in my circle, I'm very careful about what I say and who I say. If the tea is not in the public, me and God will just discuss it.
Yeah.
I'll talk to myself.
Me, everything I've told anybody, even if you say it out, I don't care. There's nothing incriminating. They only incriminate if anything was supposed would cost me any greater harm right now in my life. It's a lie. Then you made that up.
Yeah.
It's nothing that I told you or something that you found out about me. That one is a lie.
Let's circle back. Efwa, walls up, we're still on that.
Yeah, so as you said, the walls up is the first reaction that anybody takes when they are betrayed, because your walls are up. As life is not as fun, but
Yes.
it wouldn't be as painful if the walls were down and people kept on betraying you. So but you still have to live life. You understand? If you keep the walls up, you may lose out on certain beautiful relationship that
Yeah.
may come.
That's
So you have to find a way to gradually get the walls down. But
Down.
as the walls are down, your guard is up.
Oh,
But you see
So
how
tiring.
that's so tiring. That's so frustrating. Like
tiring.
But
I
the thing
want
is-
to just be blown by the wind. Let me be swinging and just enjoy the life. Like don't.
Unfortunately, the vipers are out there
Oh my
waiting
God.
to get you. So fine, you have to choose your friends.
backstabbers, you make our life so difficult.
Yes.
You
They
are
are there.
That's why there's a special place in fire for you. Because I want to hang out with girls and be
just be
carefree.
trusting, knowing that I'm safe here. But you see,
Yes,
I mean, if you're an overthinker like I am, sometimes
too.
You're not.
I can go so far. The things I can think of. Oh my god! When I'm talking, my friends like Nadia's like, oh, you two come back. You can think, hey, you can think. I think of the worst possible thing. I'm like, hey, the first time we're going to sleep over somewhere. In fact, the first few times, not just the first time. Even if you've been there for a few years, but still, sometimes you do. I wake up small. I see, maybe before you know it, somebody has a phone, has taken off the blanket. And, like the things that come to my mind. And
Oh my
I mean, that
God.
hasn't happened to me before, but just reading that this happens to people. And I also realized that one of the things that keeps you on an edge and with a worst case. Sometimes it's not because that bad thing has happened to you. It's just from reading it, the content, the things you're consuming.
Hold on a second. We have Nana Kwesi on the line. Hello, Nana Kwesi. Hello. Okay, Amma, just tell us what we're getting Nana Kwesi on the line.
Just because.
Hello, Nana Kwesi.
Yay. Hey, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Hi, Nana. Sorry. Please share your story with us.
Okay, so I've heard of all of you, but I just want to say something. Look, to keep a secret, it's not easy. So I have a very small mouth. I don't talk much, and I hear because of that. I hear a lot for this past years. My friend has trusted me so much with a lot of things that they wouldn't even tell the closest people, their partners. And sometimes you are at an age where you are being questioned by these closest people to them to affirm something, and you are still holding your mouth. Be careful so that you don't say what you don't have to say. It's not easy. It's a whole burden on its own. So all that I would like to say is keeping secrets comes with its own headache.
Yes.
So if you are going to confide in somebody, just be mindful and be sure. At least not human. They are humans, but at least just be informed that this person that you are going to confide in is someone who at least will be able to hold his or her mouth for a minute.
I know.
Because, trust me, I'm going through it. I can handle it, but it's not easy. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm almost always pushed at the edge. I'm always. Their family, their parents, their partners, everybody is coming because they know your friends talk to you. And
thank you so much, Nana Kwesi, for sharing this with us. We have a message before we come back to Amma and finish this up. Frimpong Richard in Oyibi Estate says, mine is about this carpenter who used to work for us. We took him like a brother and shared what we had with him. One day I gave him money to prepare a bed for me. Please, people should laugh. And unfortunately, he left the neighborhood, and until now, Frimpong Richard in Oyibi cannot find a carpenter. Trust no one. We feel you on that, Richard. Mr. Carpenter who took Frimpong Richard's money and did not do his bed. Please, send him Momo. Ladies,
back. The carpenter did that to me. His name is Anthony. He's in Kokomemle here. He took my money. The day was supposed to come. I even called him because I had mistakenly logged myself in. So I even called him and told him, please, you said this is the time you said you're supposed to come. You come now because I'm logged in. Come and help open me up. I don't know if he will come tomorrow. It's been 2 years though.
He wasn't in town.
Somebody had given multiple jobs to over. I still can't believe that he did that to me.
Oh, Alma, sorry.
Last year he called me out of the blue.
That was.
And I'm like, you actually think it was okay to call me? Don't call me again.
Nana Kafra.
Nana Kafra.
How should we handle all these backstabbers as we wrap up this show?
I think that we should just go about life with that in mind. There are backstabbers around.
Everywhere.
People would want what we have. People would want the lifestyle that we are, we are living. So we just have to be careful. Be careful of the people who come acting all nice. Don't be carried away. You have to be careful. And please don't entertain dubious characters. Even Jesus Christ, when the devil came,
he said flee from me or something like that.
When he came, he tempted him. We just, yeah. So please, even if that didn't entertain, how much more you
take it to the Lord in prayer, Amma.
But I feel that takes away the joy. It steals the joy of life, of living.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But it's a very hard place to be. So I think sometimes leave a room. If you get hurt, just promise yourself before you leave the room that if I fall, I'll get up again. And just have a limit to the falling, because sometimes you let the person kick you down multiple times, and there's some that you might never get up from.
You
So
have to know yourself.
limit yourself as to how much you get yourself exposed. It's something I wish I did. I did more of a decade ago. I guess it would have given me more experience in dating. I was so afraid, so I didn't get a lot of experience.
Are you dating someone now?
Yes,
Okay. Well, let me give you people what I do.
but I'm still single. Hey,
Of
no,
course
I'm
you
not.
are. Oh my
Me
God.
again.
On this show, on this same show. Please, sir, please. She's not
I'm
single.
joking.
She begs.
I'm just
She
pulling
begs.
your leg.
She begs. I mean, for me, when it comes to betrayals, I would say that also listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Your intuition is everything. So if you are not feeling safe around someone and you're getting some bad vibes from people, listen to yourself. Read energies. Read energies is key. And me, I pray about people. If I meet someone, I'm taking them to the Lord in prayer, literally. I'm being like, Lord, expose this person. Let them start showing what I need to see now before we go 6 months down the
But
line.
sometimes God shows them we make excuses.
Exactly.
Yes.
What
So,
if this is just a
exactly.
coincidence?
So
For
keep
situation.
prayers up, because you can't even see these things. And like Ifwa said, which I'll reiterate, when somebody brings gossip to you, believe that you are on the gossip platform.
Yeah.
What
I
go-
think this happens even in families.
Yes.
Like, oh, if you're sisters, don't
Yes.
you sister A and sister B gossip about sister C?
I'm
Sister C and A gossip about sister B. I have this in my family.
I'm about to wrap up the show. What's wrong with you? Please, when somebody brings you tea, just know that the
They're
next
taking
time
us away.
you will be the tea that we are drinking. Okay. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you, Alma. Thank you, Ifwa. Thank you, production. We'll be back same time next week. It's
Eyram,
bye
my
for-
vlog on YouTube and Facebook, Amma Says. Please tune in. Thank you.
Ama's vlog on Facebook
Yeah,
and
Amma
YouTube.
Says.
Amma says.
Amma Says.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.